So our first season back in the Serie A went very well. We pulled off some crazy results against some huge teams. And we have the Europa Conference League to look forward to. However, not only is our goalkeeper retiring, but so is our club captain and icon, Chris Guito. We will miss you, mate. Screw it, I checked his staff attributes, and although he is appalling, I might try and sign him on a staff role. Maybe an under-18s coach will do. We don't have much of a budget to replace those two and improve the team, however. So I prepared myself for some tough negotiating. I thought I'd go back to FC Nordsjælland and see how great Diamonde looked. Unbelievable talent. They wanted a little more than I hoped for, but a player of his set of skills who is natural in two positions for us will be too much to pass over for less than £5 million. Goalkeeper wise, I couldn't believe Dragowski was happy as a backup at Leeds. This guy is amazing. We spoke to his agent who told us he would be interested for such a cheap cost too. We negotiated and got him down for a steal just for over £1 million pending personal terms. But of course, that triggered other clubs including Spurs and Napoli, so I had to offer slightly higher wages than I'd wish, but he would be a great pickup. Mohamed Diamonde agreed to join, which is absolutely fantastic. But my left back target was Giuseppe Pizzella. Very well rounded with high attributes in teamwork, work rate and determination. And I genuinely couldn't believe how easy this transfer was. He had his doubts, as you can see. He wanted to be treated as a star on high wages, but he is a step up from any fullback we have, so I'm happy to come close to his demands. Tumbled up 8 spots in the European rankings again. Who's laughing now? Pizzella agrees to sign. Nice one. We are just waiting on Dragowski to make his decision, and we would have got all 3 of our first transfer targets. That's how it's done, Manchester United. Speaking of which, they just brought Vlahovic for £118 million. Dragowski agrees and all 3 signed before the end of June. My scouts then found a bargain, Esposito for £1.2 million. A young Italian midfielder who I'm hoping will be happy to be a squad player in the Serie A. They still wanted more, however, which is quite annoying, but it's still a no-brainer in my eyes. Cambiasso then had a bid come in from Brighton. It's not much in value, but he's way too good for me to sell for that little money, and it was an easy reject. Esposito signed and agreed to be a squad player, which is great. He does have an £8.5 million release clause, but that's fine by me. Yeboah wanted a new deal and I'm happy to accept. When we get to negotiations, he wants a good chunk increase, but I want him to commit for a 5-year deal. But then we shook hands and he's happy on just that. We had so many offers pile in for players including Anel Ahmedhodzic and Cambiasso, which I all rejected. Even the Portanova bid wasn't worth accepting. And more bids coming in for Anel, the highest from Stuttgart, which was around £7.6 million, which I still rejected. So I tied him down to a new 5-year deal ending in 2029. 10 days till our EC2 qualifier match, and I challenged Lyon to a duel on Friday night to get match fitness. We picked up the win too, nice. Portimonense is the team in front of us for the EC2 group stage. A Portuguese team, not a bad side, but looking at their key player Lucas Fernandes, I think we should progress. Our lineup welcomed new signings Dragowski in goal, Pizzella at left back and Diamonde in the shadow striker role. Esposito sits on the bench, but he does have the quality to start should I wish him to. The record books will show a 1-0 win with a goal from Ekuban. But this was far from being a close game. We had 36 shots, 14 on target, and their goalkeeper played incredible. In between these 2 legs, we actually play Fiorentina in our first league game. The season preview puts us down in 11th place, so we are overachieving just by finishing in the top half. But the board, however, sees a top half finish as a requirement. No pressure then, lads. On the morning of our first game, the board accepted a bid for Cambiasso as it was too good to turn down, for £13.25 million. I protested it and they actually agreed with me to reject. Nico was suspended, so Esposito slots in and our lineup remains strong. Do you remember our first game of the last season where we beat Inter Milan 6-0? Well, somehow we did it again, 6-0 against Fiorentina. Yeboah with a brace, Ekuban with 3 assists. This is crazy. I slightly rotated the team in the second leg to rest some of the players, including bringing in Hernani and Nuno into the midfield and Hefty at right back. And that was a good decision. Esposito opened the scoring, firing in the corner from range, and the second came when Pedro Nuno was found in the box and smashed a rocket into the top corner. So we made the group stage where we were the second seed team. We eventually got drafted in Group F with Genk, a tricky team from Belgium to face. Astana from Kazakhstan joined us next, and eventually Strømsgodset from Norway completed our group. Harder than I'd like, bit much like trying to pronounce that name, but we should still qualify. We had to rotate again as our next game was 3 days later, and it actually cost us this time round. A 3-1 loss to Udinese. Again, a bigger offer was accepted on deadline day for Cambiasso, and I was unable to ask the board to reject. We could only resign, so I guess I have £17.5 million to find a replacement right back. Attribute-wise, Aaron Hickey is perfect, but he is naturally a left back. However, we do play inverted wing backs anyway, so could he be the perfect player for us? We agree a deal with Bologna for less than £10 million, which is a bargain in my eyes. Southampton then come in to try and hijack the Cambiasso deal. Hey, even more money and not selling to a club in our league. Hickey has agreed to sign, but Cambiasso chose Atalanta instead. Never mind. 2 games later, and another league loss means we are in a precarious position right now with our rival Sampdoria, who are third up next. Followed by second place Inter Milan and first place Roma. What a run that is. Good first group stage win in the EC2, however, Ekuban with a brace. Now we started the game perfectly when we used tiki-taka pass into Carthage defence open and find Diamonde with the opener after 5 minutes. Maksimovic then scored a second late on, but in injury time we scored my favourite goal of the game to embarrass Sampdoria with intricate passing through the middle. Yeboah slotted in as a third. We lost the next 2 league games though, however, to Inter Milan and Roma. October was much better for us though. A draw against Torino, a win versus Verona, and a comfortable win away to Napoli with a man-of-match performance from Diamonde. 2 league games in November, beginning with a disappointing loss to Empoli, followed by a 2-1 win against Sassuolo with a goal in the first and last minute of the game. We begin December with a 1-0 win against Brescia through Kelvin Yeboah's goal, and we remain unbeaten despite having some really tough games in the Serie A. The highlight being a 5-1 win against Lazio at the Olimpico, and Ciro Immobile this time had a bad day, scoring and getting himself sent off. Over to the EC2 then, and Hickey supplied a lovely pass to Diamonde to open the scoring against Genk, followed by Diamonde's second, again a great finish. But the best of the night was definitely Maggiore, who got the third and curled in a beautiful finish into the far corner, giving their goalkeeper no chance. In fact, we were pretty much unstoppable in the Conference League, winning all 6 games and only conceding 1 goal against Astana. Outstanding. And so, in January, we were sat in 7th place in the league, and we've got Benevento in the Cup up next. Apparently I'm a hot property as Espanyol has offered me a job interview, but I've got a job to finish here. Destro is leaving at the end of the season aged 33, which I feel is probably the right time to go. Dortmund offered for Nagalo, which I did see coming, and offered him a new deal that I hope he will take, as right now he has a release clause of £8 million, which in the new offer I've taken out. And it worked! Nagalo signed a new 4-year deal without any release clause. Dortmund then, along with Inter Milan, Hertha and Spurs, all then came in for Anel Ahmedhodzic, which were all embarrassing offers and were rejected. 1 win, loss and draw so far in January, still in 7th place and the cup game up next, which we won 5-1 with Kelvin Yeboah scoring 2 great goals and picking up the man of the match. And we ended January battering Fiorentina again, scoring 4 goals in the first 28 minutes. What an incredible first half. 2 offers on deadline day for Nico, a bigger offer from Leverkusen, and Dortmund yet again after our talent. He's worth so much more to me than that though, unfortunately for them. Honestly, Dortmund, you need to get a grip and scout some different clubs. The 4th player they've submitted an offer for in this window alone. Chelsea then bid for Nico and he was unhappy it was rejected, so we tried to reason a valuation that I would accept. I hope they don't come in for it, but if they do, it's a massive sum of money to find a replacement and then some, which they decided not to match. February was a month full of tough games, including the cup match against AC Milan, who took the lead. Thankfully though, Yeboah scored an equaliser to keep us in the game. And then when nobody decided to close Diamonde down, he decided to punish them by placing 1 in off the post. Even after losing Esposito to a red card on the 48th minute, Destro smashed 3 goals past his old club. An incredible performance. We followed that with a 3-1 win against Inter Milan. And we ended the month with another victory against our rival Sampdoria. Kelvin Yeboah scored 2 in 7 minutes, followed by Esposito's third. Sampdoria then pulled 1 back, but Yeboah claimed the match ball with his hat-trick. And then he decided to put 4 past Napoli in the next game. This sees us in 4th place in the league. Freiburg up next in Europe, and Inter Milan in the Coppa Italia. And in that European tie, Freiburg equalised to make it 3-3 in the 90th minute in a very competitive game in the first leg. In the second leg, though, Diamonde scored the only goal in the first minute from kickoff to see us qualify through. We ended the month with a 0-0 draw in the Coppa Italia first leg semi-final with Inter Milan, and we have leads in the Europa Conference quarter-final draw. Leeds then took the lead through a penalty. We equalised through a corner. Diamonde put us ahead with a cheeky chip before Gelhardt equalised in the 78th minute. But we powered on and Diamonde scored yet another. He was quite frankly incredible in this game, setting up Kelvin Yeboah for a fourth, and Ekuban got the fifth goal on the 88th minute. Taking the focus away from cup competitions for a minute, we've been absolutely fantastic in the league with 3 wins and a draw during April. And with just 4 games remaining to go, we are clinging on to 4th spot and Champions League qualification. However, we lost to Leeds in the second leg, but we already did enough to progress. It wasn't all good news though, as we took a late loss to Inter Milan in the semi-final of the Coppa Italia. Still a valiant performance. So Leicester was the team awaiting us in the semi-final of the EC2, but my thoughts were more on Champions League qualification, which we genuinely stood a very good chance at achieving. I guess the team did too. Although we were missing both centre-backs, this performance was very lacklustre in the first leg of the semi-final. Next, we fell behind in the league to Brahim Diaz of AC Milan. Second half though, we fought back through Goodmanson. And on the hour mark, Maggiore found himself in space to fire in the winner at the San Siro. Unfortunately, we dropped out of the EC2 after only being able to score 1 goal through Mattia Destro. Bounced back again with a win against Atalanta. But our next opponents are top of the league. Juventus and AC Milan are waiting for us to drop points to nab our 4th spot. But remember, we are the giant killers and we defeat Juve 2-0 and play incredibly well, stopping them from winning the league there and then. And with that victory, also gifting ourselves Champions League football next season. Juve did enough to win the league on the very last day. We went on and defeated Venezia and ended up finishing in 3rd place, 6 points clear of 5th. An amazing achievement. And the board are quite rightly delighted with us. My man Yeboah was huge this season, scoring 37 goals. Diamonde was a great signing too. Kelvin is improving every day, but as you can see, there's a wanted sign. So who is that, you ask? Well, every big club in Europe has seen to want to sign the Italian stallion. But me and Kelvin, we're best buds. We have Champions League football next year, and we're probably going to go and get each other's name tattooed on our bodies. So there we have it. If you want to check out next season and it's already out, it'll pop up right on the screen right here. But if not, make sure you're subscribed, and I'm sure you won't have to wait long. Cheers for watching. Bye-bye.